Alright, today we're going to work on a little control session. So here's our setup. We have a rectangle here. Okay, that's for the first part. Rebounder, weight at the back. Alright, make sure it stays in place. We're going to work on controlling the ball with three parts of our foot. Alright, the first one we're going to do is the inside the foot. We're going to try and open up, bend our knee, receive the ball on the front foot. Something you've probably heard a lot of coaches say. Second, what we're going to do is we're going to receive the ball outside the foot, something that gets discouraged a lot, but it's still a good skill to have. And the third thing we're going to do is we're going to receive the ball across the body. And again, something that people say, oh, you should always receive the ball on the front foot. When it's right, yes, there's no pressure on you, absolutely, but you have to learn how to receive the ball with all parts of your foot. Okay, that way, when the time comes in the game, you have the skills to do it. The ball is rebounder. You control any part of the foot, okay? If you miss the rebounder, don't worry about it, just take the ball and carry on. Alright? I'm sure I'd miss the rebounder if you give me a million more shots at it, okay? Ready, set, go. And freeze. Alright, so in the next part, what you're going to do is we're now going to start focusing on controlling the ball with different parts of the foot. So this time when you pass the ball against the rebounder, you want to use the outside or the inside, okay? You can't use the same surface twice in a row. So if you use your inside, then the next pass is going to have to be your outside. Remember when you're using your inside, you know, bend your knee, lock your ankle, alright? Turn your ankle out the way. With controlling the ball with the outside of the foot, point your ankle down, bend your knee again, and for both times make sure you're on your toes, that way you're nice and alert. And freeze there, okay? This time, or last time for this part, okay? We're going to go with, we're going to play the ball against the rebounder, alright? We cannot use the same foot twice in a row. You can use your inside twice in a row, you can use your outside, or you can let it come through your leg and flick it, okay? But you cannot use the same foot twice in a row. So if I do my right foot, first time, next time, it's going to be left foot, okay? It's not the left foot. You can pass and control the ball with the same foot, okay? So you can use right, left, alright? No problem, okay? Ready, set, go. Right foot. That's my left foot. You can tell I favour my inside. There you go, there's my ball. And last 5 seconds. And freeze there. Alright. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to break the moves down further. We're going to break the free moves we're doing further, free skills. Alright, we could go into a lot more detail on this, about looking over your shoulder and stuff like that and scanning around you, okay? We'll probably get to that in another video when we have a bit more space, alright, but right now we're still indoors. Alright, but there's a lot of things we can build on this. Alright, so to start off with, we're going to do 45 seconds with the inside of the foot, okay? We're going to have to work both feet for this one, alright? Okay? There's a good video I have as well, I'll put it at the end if you still keep watching to show you how to do this with a partner, okay? But to start off with, alright, we're going to go right foot, I'm starting with the left, so I'm going to go right foot, okay? So I'm going to pass the ball in, cross me, inside, turn your body out, inside, 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 alright, inside, inside, okay? Things to remember when we're doing this one. First thing, be alert, on your toes, okay? Push yourself up on the balls of your feet, bend your knees so you can adjust to whatever the ball comes back to you. Sometimes these rebounders, alright, especially if you've got a rope one, string one, the ball sometimes comes up in the air, okay? Sometimes if they're angled, got for later on for receiving the air session we're going to do, alright, then the ball's going to come high at you, so make sure you're on your toes so you're alert. Second thing, bend your knee, okay? Have your knee bent, okay, that way it softens the ball when it hits your foot, it gives you more control. Third thing, lock your ankle. So when that ball comes back to you, your ankle's locked and you can take your first touch in the direction you want to travel. Remember, the focus of this practice is first touch, okay? Alright? Good passing technique definitely helps, okay? But we're working the first touch. Alright, so we're going for 45 seconds, okay? We'll go for 45 seconds twice, alright? I'm probably going to mess the one up when I look at my watch. Alright, we'll go for our 45 seconds. And second more time. 45 seconds, ready, set, go.
When I'm doing this one, look at my body shape. I'm trying to get my body over the ball, that way the ball stays low and under my control. One thing I would say is I'd like to take a stronger touch, move the ball a little bit further. Unfortunately, with the rebounder being the size it was, I would have got the angle off. So it's not that realistic here. In a game situation, I'd probably want to take a stronger touch on the inside of my foot to take the ball out of my body to get a better first touch and set up a better second touch. Sorry. Also, it's not very game realistic that when you receive the ball one way, you play it back the same way. So a better activity could be when you have two rebounders set up, you play it off one, play it off the other, and then you're turning your body open again. And freeze.
So remember, knees bent, okay? Lock your ankle, take the ball in the direction you want to travel, okay? Alright? If this was a game before I received the ball, had a bit more space, maybe I'd want to look over my shoulder, or would, so I know where all my teammates are, where the opposition is, and where the space is before I receive the ball, alright? So if you can get in the habit of doing one of these over your shoulder, then play, okay? Alright? Okay, so next what we're going to do is the outside, okay? Alright? But what we're going to do is, for this one, you've got to make sure, again, you're on your toes, okay? So preparing free for all these. Your knees bent, your ankles locked the other way, so you're actually pushing down on your toe like this. That way your knees over the ball, we control the ball, because if you don't, it's there, that can happen, and the ball spins away from you, alright? Times in the game to do this. Defender's tight on your back, alright? You're holding off the defender, and you're turning into space, okay? Another time would be where you're reaching for a ball, and you're just trying to get a touch away from the defender, you're trying to get the separation touch straight away. If there's no one around you, you know you've got space, alright? I wouldn't recommend this, I would always go my inside, because that way I can open up the field and see, I can sense my options before I receive the ball, alright? Okay, outside the foot, control ball the outside the foot is a great move under pressure, it's great move.
Alright, this time we're going to work for 30 seconds. Alright, and freeze there. Alright, so then we're going to have a little break here. Just remember when you're working on this one, again, you've got to be on your toes so you can react. Alright, you want to make sure your knees bent so you're getting over the ball so the ball's not rolling up your leg towards you. And you want to make sure your ankle's locked, pointing down, and that makes sure that the ball will spin, but it won't spin too far away from you. Alright, we're going to go for another 30 seconds. Ready, go. Again, with similar to the inside the foot, with the outside, we want to try and get the ball out from underneath herself. That way it sets up a better second touch. So make sure your ankle is locked and you're taking a strong touch. And freeze. Alright, we're going to go for another 30 seconds. Ready, go. And freeze. So now the third and final one we're going to move on to is controlling the ball with the inside with one foot and moving across and passing with the other. How this is useful in a game is if a teammate plays a pass behind you or plays a pass to it's not the safe side of your body, you take a strong touch with the inside of your right foot, for example, and move the ball across to your left. Alright, we're going to work for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. And freeze. Alright, we're going to work for 30 seconds. Ready, set, go. The coaching points to this are exactly the same as the other parts of the foot. You're locking your ankles so that it touches in front of you. You're on your toes so you can react. You're bending your knee and leaning over the ball so the ball doesn't go up in the air, it stays low to the ground. Make sure you're getting your first touch out in front of you, that way it sets up your second. And freeze.
Alright, so the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to do what basically we're going to go back to we did at the start. We're going to do free square here to dribble in. Alright, we're going to hit the ball against the rebounder every time I call a number. When I call a 1, you're going to receive the ball with the inside your foot. If I say 2, you're going to receive the ball with the outside your foot. If I say 3, you're going to take a touch across the body and then play away, okay? When you take that touch across the body this time, you can turn out with the outside of your foot like an outside hook. That makes it more game realistic. Alright, we're going to do this for 45 seconds. First time no condition, second time we might walk it. 1, 2, 1.
And freeze. Alright, you're going to do that one more time and you're going to work for 45 seconds. Ready, set, go.
1. 2. 3. 2. 1. 2. 3. 1. And 2. And over there. Alright, so, little simple practice here on receiving the ball. Alright, basic receiving, inside, outside, and receiving with inside across the body, okay? Alright, there's no pressure on you, then receive on the front foot, absolutely. Okay, opens up your passing options, it's easier to control the ball. There's less spin on the ball, so it does help your next pass. Alright, if you're under pressure, defenders behind you, or you're reaching in, there's nothing wrong with receiving the ball with the outside of the foot. It does make things a little bit harder, so it puts more spin on the ball, but there's always a time to do it. And the last one is, if the ball's, say you get a bad pass, ball's behind you, alright, you're running and the player's playing it behind you by mistake, then it's always good to be able to reach out, receive the ball on the inside and push it to your safe side, okay? Alright, please remember to subscribe. Okay, thank you very much. See you next one.